we have to pray that they will let us kill.
Kill.
Kill La Kill, because this game kills itself upon boot up. And apparently a lot of people have had that problem, but also in the middle of the game, like we were looking at a skinny anime character and her foot was talking to us. And it was in English, we understood the English, but then the cutscene crashed.
And then she implied that we had to climb up her foot.
I bet you can't climb up just one. No. But just the fact that I assume the Switch version of this game, and I think there's one or two other ones, maybe there was
there's one on the PS4, yeah.
Yeah, but like the fact that under Steam you have to choose the game under your graphics settings on your PC and be like, I need the high performance for this one.
Yeah, you gotta actually get into your graphical settings.
Yeah, you have to manually choose this program needs to be performing on the highest performance.
Like, okay.
And we played it on minimum settings at first, and we're like, okay, it's smooth like Betty Crocker.
And then
Batcha Crocker.
And then suddenly, everything just stops.
So we then cranked up the settings to like close to max settings without HDR.
And then it worked like a charm.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell happened? Like, once you play the game, yeah, it's entertaining. It originally was $80. I feel for $80, hell no, we won't pay.
But then it got reduced down to
like
a
20,
nice, more
25.
manageable. Yeah, much more manageable.
And I even feel like 25 is a little bit pushing it. I think, you know, what's there, it's cool, there's super moves. There's this Valor mode, or what
it's called? Like a, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a Valor mode where it's basically like a rock, paper, scissors sort of
thing.
Which
is pretty cool, but I think the first few times I saw, I don't know how you feel about this, Nikki, but I felt like it was cool, but the fact that it can happen more than once in each match, I felt that was a little bit overkill. Like, it kind of killed, for me, the momentum of the match. Like,
probably, I get where you're coming from,
I'm surprised you can't turn that off.
But it still manages to have that, a little bit of that whole,
I could see this, like, in a tournament, or at a con, that would be cool, like, oh, who's gonna win that? Like, I think I can see that intensity being there, and that would be cool to see. But I feel like if that happened every match, or like 3 times a match,
I kind of get you, but I also noticed how when you activate your Valor mode, it actually takes away some gauges. So it's kind of like a, what do you want to choose? So I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of, if this game is at EVO and all that, I don't think it's at EVO.
I don't think it sold that well, unfortunately, because honestly, I thought the characters were interesting. It's interesting because when I saw this game, I thought, hey, the characters looked really different than what I was expecting. So I thought, hey, this would be a neat game. But now that I've played it, I feel like they're interesting, but it wouldn't be a game that I would go back to as much as I thought. And like, we are spoiled by games, fighting games that have like so many characters now, like dozens. And this game has what, 8 or 9? So I feel like
but the cool part about it is it's not like in Mortal Kombat where you have the 2 characters and they only interact with each other through the intro. Here they actually interact with each other throughout the entire game.
See, that's pretty neat. I have to admit, that's pretty neat. And like, they have some interesting attitudes and personalities. I just feel like, honestly, there's no way I would pay the original price. I think if you can get it for $10 or $15, but I feel like this is definitely for the ultra, like, 10% that really love this game and like the series. Or like really love fighting games and have to own every one, because I don't feel like it's super
or rather
essential.
Every AAA. This game was actually made by Arc System Works, who were behind Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Persona 4.
I give them kudos. Like, I wouldn't say it's essential. I'd say, like, it's not horrible, but I'd give it a 7, 7.5. Like, the graphics are amazing, and without knowing the anime as much as you do, it seems like there's different, like, academies fighting each other or something.
Somewhat. Basically, the whole plot revolves around one academy basically beating up a bunch of other academies, and it basically all takes place in that one academy.
It sounds like that game that was on PS1, the brawler that Capcom ported, and I can't remember.
Yeah, Rival Schools.
Yeah, Rival Schools. That's what it feels
it's basically that, but everyone's powered up by clothing.
Yeah, and then they're talking about stripping each other, and
Yeah.
it's like, wow, this feels like a few other games.
Because there's a lot of lore details about how
Stripping.
Wearing clothes is actually humanity's first sin, and that the clothes we're wearing are
see,
like
now we
parasitic life forms and all that.
Jeez. Yeah, I definitely say like if you can get it for 15, maybe 20, sure, but I feel like anything higher than that, it's just there's so few characters. I think we're just being spoiled. Like if this game came out, say 5-10 years
Then
ago.
again, there weren't a lot of characters in the show that actually had a. I could see like a few like characters that were like monsters of the week, like they were like villains for like one episode, but
yeah, I mean that would be interesting, kind of like what Power Rangers sort of does,
or even
in
like
some other
JoJo's
places.
Bizarre Adventure at one point.
Yeah, like I just feel like we've now been spoiled by fighting games with so many characters, and like just seeing 8, it sort of feels like something from like 30 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, well, like the new Power Rangers have the excuse of like having multiple Rangers instead.
Yeah, and also it's still really new, and the COVID-19 sort of came about, so I'm sure that slowed down the release of characters too. So
Yeah, for a lot of fighting games.
a lot of everything.
I personally give this a 10 out of 10. It's pretty solid.
Well, there you go. 10 out of 10, and I give it a 7.5.
That is like
The contrast is great.
It's like Ebert giving it 2
He's
thumbs
got
up,
the higher ground,
and
Anakin.
Siskel only gives it a 1.
Yeah, there you go. That's how it works around here.
Yeah.
All right, killer killers. Ha! Keep on killing. I mean, gaming. Whatever.